to Trending News on Housing TV Africa. I am Arit A. Fanga. First, the headlines. FMBN rolls out rent-to-own houses in Adamawa State. The Real Estate Developers Association of Nigeria promised to bring fraudulent estate developers to justice. Ministry lauds Governor SANWO-OLU for employing 70 town planning officers and 25 architects. ENUGU government moves to solve housing needs of low-income earners. DFC to invest $40 million in housing, microfinance, SME lending, agriculture in Guatemala. Now the news in full. The federal government of Nigeria, through the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria's rent-to-own scheme, has concluded plans for Nigerians who live and work in Adamawa State and also contributes to the National Housing Fund to become proud owners of one of 40 units of houses at the FMBN estate behind Shagari Quarters, Yola Town, on a rent-to-own basis. The estate comprises one-bedroom bungalow, two-bedroom semi-detached bungalows and three-bedroom semi-detached bungalows, priced at 3.4 million naira, 6.8 million naira and 7.5 million naira respectively. This allows an eligible contributor to the National Housing Fund scheme to move into a housing property owned by the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria as a tenant and conveniently pay towards ownership of the property. Payments could be made in monthly or annual installments over periods as long as 30 years at an interest rate of 7%. Real Estate Developers Association of Nigeria says its new registration measures will nip activities of counterfeit estate developers in the board. Chairman of Redan, Federal Capital Territory, Osilama Emmanuel, made this known during an interview with newsmen ahead of a general meeting of its stakeholders in the FCT. Speaking on measures to solve the challenge of inadequate housing confronting the FCT caused by the daily influx of Nigerians into the nation's capital city, Osilama said the general meeting will be an avenue to accelerate the concept of mass affordable housing delivery to Nigerians, aimed at delivering 100 housing units in each of the 774 local councils of Nigeria, including the FCT. He notes that provision of such housing units would also help in addressing the insecurity situation across Nigeria. Enugu State government says it is determined to provide shelter for prospective homeowners in the state by delivering about 1,500 housing units for low and middle income earners before the end of the year. General Manager of Enugu State Housing Development Corporation, Chiemele Agu, says having built 10 estates for the rich, government is now focused on providing affordable housing for low-income earners, including civil servants in the state. To buttress the commitment of government in this regard, Agu states that housing construction has started at the Coal City View Estate at Ugwonyema for construction of the first phase of 100 units of one-bedroom, two- and three-bedroom apartments. Agu says that the intention of government at the Coal City View Estate is to provide 750 housing units, assuring that it would be completed before the end of this administration. We'll go on a break now. Just stay with us. We'll be back shortly.
Keep a date with Housing Development Program every week on AIT. Housing Development is the first and pioneer housing program in Nigeria and by extension, Africa. It remains the authentic voice of the Nigerian housing and construction industry. Housing Development is the only credible and specialized platform for seasoned professionals in the build industry, where quality and credible players in the real estate sector meet to interact, showcase, and analyze government policies. It is no doubt that hundreds of thousands of prospective Nigerians who desire to own their personal properties have done so through the assistance of Housing Development Program in the last 10 years. If you are a stakeholder in the build industry, here is where you must be. We are authentic, credible, and supported by all the leading professionals in the build industry. Housing Development on AIT.
Welcome back, and many thanks for staying with us. This is Trending News on Housing TV Africa. Now the rest of the news. Governor of Jigawa State, Alhaji Badaru Abubakar, has approved the allocation of a plot of land for construction of the state chapter of the Nigerian Institute of Quantity Surveyors Secretariat in Dutse. Governor Badaru granted the approval when he received the leadership of the institute, led by its president Muhammad Abato, at the Government House, Dutse. The governor noted that quantity surveyors played critical roles in the execution of construction projects and expressed the readiness of his administration to work closely with construction cost managers to actualize its goal of transforming the state through massive infrastructural projects. A statement by the Marketing and Corporate Affairs Officer of NIQS, Loretta Gerald, quotes the governor as saying quantity surveyors as professionals responsible for ensuring value for money on construction projects will play important roles in ongoing and new projects as government redoubles efforts to provide infrastructure in Jigawa State. Lagos State Ministry of Fiscal Planning and Urban Development has lauded Governor Babajide SANWO-OLU on the employment of 70 town planning officers and 25 architects in the state. Speaking on this development in Alausa, the Commissioner for Fiscal Planning and Urban Development, Dr. Idris Salako, praised the vision of the governor for not only choosing to reduce the army of the unemployed, but also filling the fiscal planning sector of the state with the required manpower. Dr. Salako recounted how the ministry was already top-heavy and required the injection of fresh blood to make delegation of responsibility seamless for the growth and development of the system. Going further, the Commissioner for Fiscal Planning and Urban Development charged the newly employed to reciprocate the good gesture of the state government by dedicating themselves to the growth of the state. International Development Finance Corporation, DFC, recently agreed to invest $40 million in Guatemala. A breakdown reveals a loan of $19.5 million to Guatemala-based real estate company Destino Desarrollos to aid in the construction of approximately 2,000 homes and associated infrastructure deemed affordable. With support from the U.S. Agency for International Development, AID, a loan guarantee of $15 million to Guatemala-based bank Interbanco to cover the local currency equivalent of $30 million in lending to micro, small, and medium-sized enterprises in regions with large indigenous populations that experience high rates of out-migration, and an investment of $6 million in Brazil-based agriculture broker AgroAtlantic to aid in the expansion of a banana plantation in southwestern Guatemala. DFC was launched in 2020 to help businesses expand into emerging markets, foster growth and improve lives in the developing world, while reinforcing U.S. foreign policy and national security interests. Those were trending news on Housing TV Africa. To end the news, here's a recap of major headlines. Thank you for joining us today. For more of our stories, subscribe to our YouTube channel, Housing TV Africa. Follow us on social media and remember to share and like our posts. Do not forget to watch Housing Development Wednesdays at 9 a.m. on AIT and on TVC Saturdays at 10:30 a.m. Have you registered for Africa's biggest housing event, Abuja International Housing Show? If not, please visit www.ihsabuja.com and register. Thank you very much for staying with us. I am Arit A. Fanga.